Hey everybody, and welcome back to Keely's Creations. I'm Keely Kerwin, and tonight I'm here to share with you guys 9 fun fold interactive meant to be cards. You're going to absolutely love these. So much fun using the bees, using stamps. You could potentially use the punch that you might have in your stash. It's going to be a great time. So if you enjoy what you've seen here, feel free to subscribe down below and give me a thumbs up. I'm holding too many cards. And join our crafting community on Facebook, where you'll be able to see how you can get this 9-card workshop for free. So if you're ready, let's get started. Hey everybody, it is Keely. I am jumping in here a little early tonight. Hopefully you got a 10-minute heads up warning. We have lots going on. Unfortunately, Nathan's team lost in the Sweet 16 on Friday night. They put up a great fight. We knew it was going to be a close match with Carthage, and we were just so happy that they made it that far. It's the furthest they've ever made it in the college history, so that's pretty darn sweet, and super excited for him and his team. They basically only are going to lose their libero and one of the outside hitters that came in at the end of the season. The rest of the guys are either freshmen, sophomore, or juniors, so it should be a good season next year. So I'm sad to see his season end. He's almost done with school too. Next week is finals, and then he's done next Friday. So he'll be home a good month before Morgan even gets out of high school. Craziness. But it'll be nice to have him home. And let's see, Tuesday and Thursday, Morgan's got softball games. So I'm happy that worked out, because then I can get my live in tonight and share some beautiful artwork with y'all. So let's get started. Tonight, I am here to share with you a 9-card workshop using the Meant to Be DSP and coordinating cardstock, as well as the Meant to Be bundle. I'm going to show you all that. I'm going to show you these fun cards. Most of them are interactive. A couple are regular type cards, but you'll get to see those in just a second. Where these products can be located, they are, again, from the Scrapbooking brochure that was available January 2025 through April. It is a digital brochure. I just had printed it off so that you can see it. We are going to use this DSP paper collection, which you guys have seen me use multiple times now. The prior videos, I created these 3 double-page layouts. Last Monday, I showed you a set of 4 double-page layouts that were made using just the DSP, not the workshop, the cardstock, the stickers, and then the Meant to Be bundle. And today I'm going to share some cards with you. So we have card makers, we have scrapbookers. Both of you guys are in this group. I love to do both. I'm more of a scrapbooker, so that draws me more into that crafty realm. However, I do love to make cards, and thankfully Holly Vaselnik is amazing at making cards and sharing her guide. So I proofed this guide for her, and I am able to share some cards and beautiful artwork with you tonight. So we use the DSP and the coordinating cardstock. We do not use the stickers. Those were just used for the scrapbooking workshop last week. And then this Meant to Be collection right here. This is a stamp set. So it's a photopolymer clear stamp set, and then a set of dies. And I've showed you guys these before. I'm going to show them again tonight. I absolutely love these. So when you buy a stamp set and a die together in a bundle, you're going to save 10%. You can always buy the stamp set singly and the dies by themselves as well. So if you happen to buy one and decided, man, I need to have the other, you can totally do that. But just remember, it is a bundle, so you can get a 10% discount. So let's get started at looking at the products themselves. I'm going to start with the ink pads that we use. Again, I use the Intense Black. Love my close to my heart Intense Black. I still have lots of re-inkers, so I will be using this until it's gone before I switch to Memento. And then using Pool Party for those sweet little bee wings. Using Daffodil Delight for those chubby little bees. And using Petunia Pop for other pieces that are in the card as well. So it's those 4 ink pads. I'm going to set those off to the side. Now this is not required. This would also work to create your bees if you already had this in your stash. This is a punch. Here is a bee body. Also kind of looks like a quotation, like a bubble, talking bubble, a heart, which can be used as the wings, and then a little heart. This is a punch that was available prior to me joining. So it came with a stamp set, and it was a bundled option. It is still going to be in the new 2025-2026 annual catalog. It will not be a bundle, because once it stays in a catalog, it no longer is bundled, but sold separately. So you can get it either of those ways. You might have also gotten this in your stash when you, in February during Celebration, this was one of the items you could get for free. So this is not necessary, but you could use this instead of using the dies, and I'll show you those in a second. Things we used. The Petunia Pop ribbon. I absolutely love this ribbon. It makes bow tying so easy, you guys. Ties easily in a knot and in a bow. Really, really pretty. Again, she used, just like the prior workshop, she ended up using, Holly did 2024, 2026 in color, the glimmer dots or glimmer gems. I did not have those on hand. I continued to use the resin dots. And as you can see, you guys, I still have a ton of these left. I used these on the cards. I used these on the last scrapbooking workshop kit I did, and I'd used some on a prior kit that I'd worked on. And so there's plenty of them in here, 2 different sizes in 5 different, 5 different colors. Okay. Love those. This is the postage stamp or postage dies. It probably came with a stamp set as well, but I love dies. I love shapes, and these, how fun are these? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 6 rectangular shaped postage dies, 1, 2 squares, and then this other different kind of rectangular one, as well as cute, these would be used for envelopes. Okay, and then that's to make it look like a cute postage. So we used this one here, the bigger one, and then the next smaller one right on one card. Okay, so you don't need, if you already had something in your stash that would work, rectangles would work just fine too. But this gave it a fun little extra look to it. These, I have to look to see what this is called. These are the Greetings for All Mix and Match Ephemera. I took them out of the plastic, so I don't have what the name was. This is my favorite ephemera pack, you guys. What does ephemera mean? It basically is punch outs. So you get 2 sheets. So you can see here that I punched some out. I'd punched out, if I put them back, thankful for you, congratulations, just a note, and thanks. Those are the ones that we used on some of the cards. So you get 2 sheets of that. There's also some that are so fun because you have some Christmas as well, holiday, birthday, sorry for your loss, missing you, sweet baby. This set encompasses a whole bunch. You can use it on scrapbook layouts as well as cards, making then you don't even have to get your stamp sets and your ink out. So we did a little stamping, and I used some of the ephemera, and then the last set that was used is a black set, and we used this happy birthday, you did it, and thinking of you. Oh, and this big one on the end here, sending hugs. Okay, so you're gonna get 2 sheets of each, so you get 6 sheets of those in there, and there's plenty left, obviously, to be able to create more cards and layouts. Set those off to the side. One thing we did also using the Simply Said stamp set, Let's Celebrate was used on 2 different cards. That's the only sentiment that was used. This is a photopolymer stamp set. Okay, I love this set because it's got just about any holiday, not holiday, but birthdays, just a note, hello, miss you, that kind of thing, sentiments for cards. This one you're going to use a lot. I used it on my layouts. I used it on these cards. This is the Meant to Be photopolymer and die bundle. Okay, so these are your stamps. Over here makes your 2 different size bees with their wings, with their stripes, with their bodies, with their little faces and their little antenna, their little bee, I don't know what you call that, buzz. We used the flower, the inside of the flower, heart, so many different things. A couple of the different sentiments we used. And then over here are the dies. So not only are the bee bodies and the antennae and the wings used, as well as the little flowers we used and hexagons. And you'll see a fun way to use the hexagons in making a card base, not just for decoration. So I use these on layouts as well. I did not use the Our Hive on the cards. This is more of a title. I used those on the last set of layouts. So go check that video out. That was just went live on YouTube on Thursday, but it was also posted in this Facebook group on Sunday. So this is a great set. I love it. All right, and then the other thing is you guys have seen this pack multiple times now. This is what's left of my DSPs. You can see some of my octagon pieces here, lots of different pieces and combinations of the DSP papers, as well as the cardstock that I had been using, so I could just dig back in here when I needed small parts because I forgot to cut the antennae for the cute little bees for this set, because on my layouts I didn't even realize there were any, and so my layouts don't have the cute little antennas, but you'll see that the cards here do. So I absolutely love this set. Now, let's do the directions quick. This was created by Holly Veselinik, meant to be card workshop. She lets you know what the supplies are that you need to use, and then directions on how to cut. So she doesn't have a cutting guide like a lot of scrapbooking pages do, where it'll show you each piece of paper and how to cut it, but she does let you know which papers, which DSPs, what cardstock, what to cut, and how to do it. And then the instructions to assemble those as well. And then on the last page, there are 9 cards. And then on the last page, it's kind of the key, kind of the die cutting guide on, she labels them B1, B2, B3, B4, so you know which Bs, how many of them you need to cut, what cards they're for, etc. All right, let's jump into why you are here. So card number 1 is more of a standard card. I'm going to bring it up a little closer so you can see it. It's a congratulations card. It's using cardstock and DSPs, and it's just using a very small piece of the white, then layered with the honeycomb, the green honeycomb, and then 3 pieces of the B DSP just lined up along it, and then some cardstock and 1 of those ephemera pieces, congratulations. Then 3 little flowers from the bundle set, and then I cut them in the yellow and then cut them in the Petunia Pop, because then I use the centers from the Petunia Pop to stick inside the yellow. How fun is that? Just something a little bit different. And then this card opens vertically, and then the Let's Celebrate came from the Simply Said stamp set, and then just some fun DSP down here at the bottom with a couple of those cute little flowers. So that is card number 1. I'll set these off to the side here for now, and then I'll bring them all back on. This way then you get a good look of what was made. This is a fun interactive fun fold card. Let's celebrate. So you have your cute little bees with their bee wings, their little antennas, the cute little buzz. I don't know what the word is for that cute little flail after the bee. Let's celebrate. So this is all one stamp set. So I inked up the let's, and then I folded the celebrate on the side of the block, and then the other way around, I folded the let's on the side of the block and just inked the celebrate. So I left it as 1. You could cut it, the stamp, into 2 if you wanted, but I like to leave mine solid whole if I can. And then again, using a couple of the 2024-2026 resin in colors. So this card is going to open like this little flap right here. And then this one is going to fold down, and then you're going to have a cute little happy birthday sentiment. So this was stamped, the flower and the center of the flower is stamped with ink in the stamp set, and then happy birthday is from the ephemera pack. How cute is that? Okay, so that's card number 2. I'm going to try to keep these in order. Card number 3 is more of a tag. So it's kind of a half. You could write on the back of it if you want to. It's just this cute little tag that comes out and says cute as can be. You could also write your sentiment or anything that you wanted to on the back and stick inside here. It would be cute to add a gift card in here as well. So this is where we use some of that fun, beautiful ribbon. I don't know if you can see the detail on that ribbon, but it makes it so easy to work with, and it doesn't fray. Love that. And again, used the cute little yellow flowers with just the center of the cutting out 2 different in the yellow and in the Petunia Pop, and just using the centers in there. Little scrap piece down here at the bottom. The cutest can be is from the Stampin' Die bundle. So that just sits in there just like that. That's card number 3. Card number 4, you guys, is so fun. See, when I told you about the fun little octagon, or not octagon, I keep calling it octagon, hexagons. The cute little hexagon, and using it to make its own card base and not just as a hexagon on, say, a layout. So what I mean by that is it opens up into a card. Okay, so how you create this is you would take your old olive cardstock, you would leave it, you would fold it in half. Okay, so you could take it like a 4.5 by 5, just a regular standard size. But then you would put, where you put the hexagon, you would put where the very top of it is outside of the lip, so that the top of it is up here. So it's not going to cut through that. It'll leave that hinge there and just cut the rest of it. Super simple, fun little way of doing this. This is the larger bee. The other card has used the smaller bee. So you have the larger bee, the larger wings, and then the same size little antenna. The sending hugs is part of that ephemera. You have your super cute little ribbon on here and just added a glue dot behind that. And then using the DSP and cardstock in the same, again, using that same DSP from the front with some cardstock. And this outer border is the outer side of one of the hexagons, and the paper is the solid from an inside. So you get 5 hexagon dies, but it really is like making 10 different die sets. Same here. The white is one size, the hexagon around the outside is the outer, and then this is a different size to layer on. Make some super cute cards. So that was card number 4. Card number 5 is a fun interactive card, just a note, and it opens like this. We are meant to be. So I'm going to hold it this way so you can see it vertically. So when it's sitting down, so you can't really sit it down unless you add a card base to the back where it would open, because this is just flat. Okay, so if you wanted to write on the back, you could. You could also attach this to a card base and then it would sit open for you. However, I thought it was cute, a cute way of just doing it the way that Holly had done it. I love this, this heart DSP. So the back of it you can see is the cute little bees. And just using 3 different hexagons, 3 of the smaller hexagons, and then these are the outer layers, and then the white and the bee pattern is an inner layer. And then it's just a fun fold. You just score it to be able to layer them. So you have a small bee and his wings. The Just a Note, again, is from the Ephemera, and then cute little resin dots from the 2024-2026 In Color embellishments. So that was card 5, I think. I think I'm on 6 now. This one is a fun fold card as well. So again, using the hexagons in a little bit of a different manner. We took a regular card base that is vertical, right? And then ran it through so that it cut the hexagon out of one side of it, okay? And then on the inside, layered a piece of the DSP, but cut a second full card base and attach the top of it to the top to the bottom so that you could write another sentiment in. So it's a 3-layer, see that? It's a 3-layer card. That way, because it would be harder to see or to write anything on here. How fun is that? Using the fun ribbon. And then there's 2 little blue hearts that are in here and 2 little yellow flowers. These are white flowers that are part of the die set. You Did It as part of the Ephemera pack. Some of the resin and the cute little heart is also part of the bee set. And then you may open, again, 2 more flowers, the bee and the little heart. And then that's just the back. Just a fun way of using another card. Card number 7 is a fun fold step card. So this one will open this way, if you can see that from the top, or this way if you can want to see it from the bottom or from the side, right? So you can write your sentiment on the back, and then it kind of covers that little lip over there as well. And here we just use some DSP, but layered on some of the cardstock, cut some little rectangles. It's layered. Here is the little postage stamp I was referring to. So you have the old olive layered with the white. The cute little Thinking of You, again, is Ephemera. It's from the black pieces. This is one of the large bees with the large wings, and then the little pink resins, as well as the cute ribbon. And the ribbon is just wound. It's all the way through the back, and then I just tied a knot or tied a bow in the front. Okay, so that's card number 7. And then card number 8, again, is a fun fold. Thankful for You. So we have the cute little bee, and the bee bodies are always popped up with thin foam tape, and then the wings and the little antennae are stuck flat to the card. I use the thin foam tape. I still have some from Close to My Heart, so that easily goes through the mail. Thankful for You, again, is part of the Ephemera pack, some resin dots. So this card is going to open just like this, and this is DSP that's folded. So you will see one thing that's different, Holly's card versus this one, is that when she did it, her bees are the background page here, but the way I cut it and score it meant that I had to put my hearts down and then my little bees on the side. Still turned out stinking cute, I think. Right? So you can write your sentiment, and then it's covered up. And again, if you wanted, you could add it to a card base, but otherwise it's super cute and light just the way it is. So that is card number 8. And then the last card is not using bees, which kind of reminds me of how that last layout was that I did, even though I added bees to it. But it's using the cute little honey papers and using an hexagon as a backing to this thanks, which kind of looks like a, what is the ticket? Like a ticket to a ball game. It is ephemera. Thanks is already on there. It came from the ephemera pack. And then 3 little hearts that were punched out, or die cut out, and then added just a little bit of the resin dots. And this one opens vertically as well. And you can add your sentiment on the inside if you wanted to. So that is the 9 cards that this workshop will make. So with a $50 purchase, it doesn't have to be these products, it can be any products, you can get the instructions to make these cards for free. Some things to note, you guys will find out that at 7 o'clock there is going to be a post in the group here. We are having free shipping. Stampin' Up! Is doing free shipping April 23rd through the 25th. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. One other thing to note, it's going to be posted in the group at 7:30, is that with the free shipping, you might want to take advantage if you are a card maker and use a lot of the 8.5 by 11 cardstock, because that cardstock is going up in price beginning in May when the new catalog, the annual catalog, goes live. So instead of $12.50 per pack, I believe it's going up to $14. So you might want to take advantage of that during the free shipping. Okay. And also you get to double dip, guys, because guess what? I want to call it the VIP program because that's what it was called with Close to My Heart. But it's the hostess, what do we call it? Host rewards. It's just how it changed. So instead of hitting certain levels and you got free product, now you get 10% back and you get to bank it. So you can either use it later on future orders or you can use it right away on your next purchase, as long as your order is $20 or more. And then in order to get the free shipping, it's same as it's always been since I've joined, it's $75 in product, and Stampin' Up! Will give you free shipping again on April 23rd through the 25th. So it's a perfect time to stock up on any supplies you might want to create these cards, create layouts, create any of the things that I've shown you in the April through January through April online brochure and the catalog. Lots of goodness happening. I can't wait to share more because the catalog, the annual, is going to go live. Many of you should start to be receiving that. I have not gotten the one that I mailed to myself through the corporate mailer, but people are starting to receive them all throughout California, all the way to like Maine and New York. So they are out, they're shipping. So keep an eye on your mailbox. If you had purchased from me anytime from the time I joined, so May 1st of 2024, you will receive a free catalog from me as a thank you for being an awesome customer. So guys, if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, send me a private message. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a great week. Stay happy, stay healthy, and keep crafting. Love ya! Thanks for watching tonight. I hope you enjoyed my cards. If so, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. I look forward to sharing new creations with you next week. To keep the crafting fun going, check out my prior videos. I appreciate your support. Stay happy, stay healthy, and keep crafting!